We're going to talk to the world record holder in the men's discus, and we're going to start right now. For Black Friday here at ThrowsU University, we're offering 30% off all of our books, courses, and training programs. Head over to throwsuniversity.com. This offer will last until Tuesday, December 2nd. Make sure you use code BFTHROWS30 at checkout when you're trying to get that brand new program, that new book, or that new course. Now's the time to set yourself up as a coach or an athlete to have your best season yet. Now, let's get back to the video. We just finished up our first ever U.S. Throws Coaches Clinic here at Garage Strength through ThrowsU University. And one of the big things that we did is we brought Mykolas Alekna in to talk about training. He showed up online and we went through all of the different aspects that he's used learning from his dad, how he's managed the stress of becoming the youngest discus thrower to ever win the European Championships, how he's grown and become an Olympic silver medalist, and how he's handled the pressures of the World Championships while going to college at the exact same time. This discussion is freaking awesome. Let's get started.
Show a warm welcome to one Mykolas Alekna.
Mr. Alekna, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Really excited to be here. Yeah.
So we wanted to start off, if you could just walk us through like your world record throw where you walking into the ring. We're fortunate where Dr. Christoph Kipp walked us through some of the aspects of the biomechanics around it. And we sort of want to walk us through your visualization or what you were looking for, what were the positions and what you were feeling as you went through each point in that throw.
Yeah. So going to that competition, I wasn't thinking about the world record. I was just going to have a good time. Of course, I knew I'm capable of doing it. I'm capable of setting the world record, but it was more about just executing my all the technical elements of the throw. And so I was just basically just working on what I'm working all the time. So just being balanced, catching the discus as far as I can, get as much separation as I can, and just being on the ground as long as I can. So it's, it was an amazing experience, of course. It's just, but I think the reason why I was able to achieve it was that I was just having a good time, and that's the most important thing. It's just not thinking about the record or setting the record, it's just executing what you know you can do, and that's about it. Yeah.
So I did want to have a follow-up, and I'm going to sort of cheat here because I have the mic before everybody else starts asking you questions. One of the things Christoph brought up was, and maybe this was from 24, but and maybe if you could elaborate is when I want to see what your thought is on how you achieve a orbit, but also how you, based off of the biomechanics, you have a longer range of motion and when you're catching the discus. And is that something you purposely think about, or is that something that is more natural from what you're doing out of the back? I guess walk us through that orbit and then like the range of motion into your finish.
I don't really try to control the orbit. It kind of comes to me naturally. It's just trying to be long and just have separation, and but I'm not thinking exactly about the orbit, so it's a little bit hard for me to answer the question. Is the way I think about it is just very simple, and it just happens to. I just happen to do it really well. So I don't even know how to explain it, but it's, I just try to just catch it as far as I can and just patiently just work and then just, throw. So I don't know. Throw.
Let's start taking other questions because I would be more than happy to talk to Mykolas about this for about 5 hours. So,
I got one.
Darrell.
Do you train with off-weight implements, or do you stick with the standard 2K? And if you do, what are your favorite?
Okay, so Darrell's asking, do you train with off-weight implements at all, or do you stick to the comp? And if you do train with off-weight implements, which ones are your favorite?
Yeah. So yeah, I train with a lot of different implements. I like throwing 2.2 discus, 2.25, 2.5 discus, 2K. I used to throw a lighter disc as well a few years ago. Like I would throw 1.75, but uh, we decided not to do that anymore because it'll mess with my rhythm. So I stick to 2K, 2.25 and 2.5Ks, and also I really like throwing bars. So it's a 5 pound bar. So I love throwing those implements because I think it really helps me to work on my technique, just being more patient. And it's just with a bar, there's a thing that you can't really muscle it. You have to be really patient and just, you can't, because otherwise it'll just, you're not able to throw it far. So you really have to be just work with it. Just you can't like change the orbit or anything. You just have to like almost like adapt to the bar. And so that's why I think it's really helpful for me. And also I throw 3K balls, uh, sometimes like metal shots. And then yeah, that's about it. But my favorite one is definitely the bar.
It's Mom and Dad.
So, Mom, go ahead.
Has he ever done a shot put, and how much money does it take for that actually?
Tamon's question is, have you ever thrown shot? If so, I'll add in how far, but he also added in how much money is it going to take you to throw a shot?
No, yeah, I tried throwing shot, but it's just my hands are just way too skinny. It's just it starts hurting. It just gets yeah. I'm not like I need some time to adapt my hands to throwing shot. But yeah, I've done a few. I like doing this. I did some stand throws maybe a few years back, last year I think last fall. Uh, but yeah, my stands go as far as my full throws with a shot put. So I don't do full. I try gliding. So I think my best was like around 17 meters, and then like my stand throw was like 1650, something like that with a shot. Like I tried it for like a few weeks. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Does he use different rim weights? And if so, do you change in just practice or practicing competitions?
Okay, so we got a question around rim weights. Do you have specific rim weights that you train with versus rim weights you compete with? I guess expand on if that matters or anything along those lines with rim weights.
No, I never pay attention to that. I can practice with any disc. So when I was training back at Berkeley, we would go to Richmond, which is like an area close to Berkeley where we would throw at fall because that's the only area where we could train at because there was a soccer season, so we couldn't train in the stadium. So I would just throw like old, like any discs that were not that because the ground was so like hard, all the discs would break, so I would have to throw the cheapest ones. So honestly, I don't really care what discs I throw. The rim, I don't look at the rim weight. Of course, I have the discs I prefer, but some of them are lower rim weight, some of them are higher rim weight, but I never pay attention to that, and it's just yeah, never focus on it, and I don't think there's a difference for me to like a difference that I would notice throwing different rim weights. Yeah.
I got a question about in Tokyo this year. I thought you did a great job not caring, at least from the outside, watching with the situation with the circle. And there was some throws coaches around that were saying, oh, well, the heavy guys are going to be favorites tonight because of the rain. And then you go in and you slam one, and it was like, okay, I guess the heavy guys possibly won't be the favorites right now. And I guess I wanted to see what do you think is so important in your development and in your practice and your approach mentally that in that, in the stadium, downpour, crazy rain, the circle was, people were slipping like crazy, but you stayed dialed in and just executed as well as you could. Is there anything specifically that you think led to that aspect around dealing with a wet circle?
Yeah. I don't think I ever had a problem throwing in a wet circle. Like I would never slip, and I know it's probably related to my technique, but I mean, same with my brother. He said it was fine with him. Like he didn't slip in Tokyo as well. And I think it was more who were wearing Nike shoes. I think everyone who were wearing Nike shoes did pretty well. So I think it came down to the shoe brand more. Uh, yeah, because for me it wasn't slippery as well. Is the reason. I mean, it was cold and I think I could have done better, but after the 3 hour break, it was just hard to get back to the uh, mindset I was in. So it was a little challenging for sure. But yeah.
Yeah.
What were his coaching cues leading up to the Worlds?
What were your coaching cues with technique leading up to the World Championships?
It's a good question. I think I don't change my cues. They're all they're the same most of the time. So I'll just try to be balanced, just get it on the ground as quick as I can, and just work the ground. Just be grounded as long as I can. Just you know, of course, catch the disc as far as I can. These are three main cues: being balanced, being grounded, and just catch the disc far. So I think that's the only things I mainly work on.
Yes, the coach in the very back.
Did you play any other sports growing up? And what's the most important thing you learned from your father?
Did you play any sports growing up, and what is the most important thing that you learned from your father?
Yeah, I played soccer for 5 years. I did long jump, high jump, other track events when I was really young, like from like 7 to 10. Then I transitioned to soccer. I played soccer for around five years, and then that's when I started throwing discus around 15, 16 years old. And I think the biggest lesson I learned from my dad is just be staying calm, maybe. Yeah, he's a really calm guy, and I think I just learned that mindset from him, just not taking everything too seriously and just trying to be, relaxed, maybe even at the moments when the pressure is high. I'm still working on it, but I think he was really good at it. He always performed best under the hardest circumstances. So, I mean, he had a few last throw wins. I remember when he won, was it European or World Championships with his last throw as well. So it's just I'm trying to learn that from him, just the mental toughness and just being able to perform best at the most stressful moments. Yeah.
Jordan back. What's the biggest cue you're trying to work on this year?
Another question around your cues is, what's your biggest cue that you're trying to work on this year to throw 76 meters?
hmm Yeah, I think this year the most important is working on is that I want to have even more ground contact at the final position. So I tend to jump a little bit. Like at the moment when I release the disc, I'm already in the air. I don't have the ground contact. So I think this year we're trying to maximize the ground contact and just be on the ground even more. Like at the final position, at the release position, I still want to be touching the ground and just maximize the everything I can get. So yeah, that's the main goal for this year.
Coach Weeks is no get relevant.
Asking how he manages having two different coaches, especially at a major competition.
How do you handle having two different coaches, especially at a major competition?
So it's the way it used to be is just, I mean, when I'm here in the US, my main coaches, now I transferred to schools, but it used to be Mohammed Sattar, so it was just mainly him. He would be my main coach just from, I don't know, September to like mid-June. After nationals, I would go home, and I mean, then I was like, Mantas Usis would be my just. I mean, coaches they would communicate, and I mean, I would talk more and spend more time with Mantas, but I'm sure they communicate, and I think I still work in the same cues, and I mean, the workouts were the same. It's just the different person I was talking more to. I mean, the everything else was all the like the training philosophy was the same. It's just, I mean, just a different person. So it wasn't like challenging or anything because I would still work on the same things. So, and they have the same, ideas that I need to work on. So it wasn't like it's a big difference or anything.
What's been the biggest difference, or what? Because he went from working with one great coach, Mosatar, and now he's working with Brian Blucher. How would he describe the difference between the two people, and what makes them both great?
How would you describe the difference between Coach Mo and Coach Blutrick? And then what's the biggest difference that makes them both great? Is that right?
That's a really tough question. I mean, I only been here for a month, so I only trained with Coach Blue for a month, but I mean, he's amazing, and I think I already feel the progress. I only like trained for what, like 4 weeks, but uh, they both, I mean, they both spend just a lot of time just analyzing my throw. They, just paying attention to details. So, I mean, I would say they're similar, but at the same time, they're different. Uh, I don't want to get too much into detail, but I mean, they're both great coaches, but I just don't want to talk, just, I don't know. It's just, I think they're both good. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does the pressure feel going into this season, holding the record versus last year when you were chasing the record? Like, do you feel a difference in the pressure? How are you handling that?
Did you hear that?
The record?
Yeah, maybe like going into 24 when you were going after it.
Yeah.
Like what was the pressure? What's the pressure difference of going into 24, 25 when you have it and you want to, or going into 24 when you're chasing it versus coming back 25 you have it?
It's, I don't think so. That with the world record is a thing that I never felt pressure that I need to like improve it, or I didn't even feel the pressure to setting the world record because it's just like, I don't think, like, for me, it doesn't matter that much. I'm more focused on, you know, being more consistent overall and winning medals than the world record. So whenever I go to Oklahoma, it's not like I have to set a world record. My mind says that if I set it, it'll be fun, but if I don't, it's also okay. Like, it's not my primary goal for the season. So I don't think my mindset's changed from 2024 to 2025. So it's just, yeah, no, I don't think it's not going to change this year as well. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to Oklahoma, but if I do, it'll be the same. Like, I'm not trying to set a record. If I do, I'll be happy. If I don't, it'll be fine because it's not like my primary goal. Yeah.
Yes, Coach.
How do you keep at this level, such a high level? How do you keep having fun? How do you keep, how do you keep your love for the sport while you're, being at a high level obviously this your career?
Okay, so this question is, how do you keep your love for the sport being at, I mean, arguably the greatest ever? How do you keep that love going, or what is it? Is there anything specific around? Maybe it could be as simple as what makes you love the sport so much.
How do you keep it fun?
How do you keep it fun?
I think what makes it fun is that I know that I haven't reached my full potential yet, and I know I can improve and how I can improve, and every year I keep improving. So that's what drives me. I think that it's just I know exactly what I need to work on to get better, and I have the highest goals that I want to achieve, and it's just that's what drives me, and it's also just I just love what I do because I always wanted to be a professional athlete since I was a young kid. So I love my lifestyle. I love everything I do, the routine, the discipline, and the training, everything. So it's just I'm enjoying it just every day. It's not like I only enjoy the meets or the when I set records. I enjoy every day that I compete, that I train. So it's just I think it has to be your part of your lifestyle, and then that's when you can achieve your best. Yeah.
I have a question.
Jason, yeah.
You ask him who, like when he was younger, did he see as his technical models? Who were the throwers that he was watching growing up, and who were the throwers that he kind of tries to see like they have what I want? Like who are his?
Who are the throwers that you watched growing up that you're like, I want to, they have something that I want, and I want to emulate those specific throwers?
I would say number one was my dad. I watched mostly him. Also, the other Lithuanian, Andrius Gudžius. I really like his technique as well. It's a little different, but I think he has really good technical things that he does. And who else? Daniel Ståhl as well. I watched a lot of his videos growing up, and I would say these are three main guys. Because I watched my dad because he was also always my idol. The other Lithuanian thrower, Andrius, was also always my idol, and Daniel was when I started throwing. That's when Daniel uh, became one of the best, and he was at the top from then to these days. So he's like the guy I was also looking at. So these are three main people I'd say. Yeah.
Would you watch Canner at all?
Cantor, I wouldn't say I watched him a little bit, yeah, but not that much. Yeah.
Okay.
What's his furthest throw in practice that you see? And
Ooh.
what is his goal? Like, what is he thinking to throw?
Okay, these are two awesome questions. What is the furthest you've ever thrown in practice, and then what do you believe that you can throw? Maybe call your shot for 26, but what do you think? What is your lifetime goal? I'm adding that part in. Sorry. So yeah, that's a 3-part question.
So my furthest throw was this summer, and it was close to the world record in practice, under good conditions as well, pretty good wind. And then the goal for 2026, I don't even know. I don't know if I think for me, uh, the biggest goal is to just be consistent, like over 70, 71, like get more competitions in, like over 72. I just want to get more consistent in those numbers, and maybe it's not that important for me to set like the new personal best if there was 76, 77, or 78. Like I don't really think that much about that. I just want to be more consistent throwing over 70 and just throw it over 70 in every meet. Like I just want it to become like almost like automatic for me.
What about your lifetime goal?
Lifetime goal? Like distance wise?
Yeah, what do you sit there and you're like, man, that'd be wild if I threw that. I think I could try and chase that.
It's hard to tell. 80 would be crazy. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what do you like to do outside of throwing?
Outside. I like fishing a lot when I'm home. I go fishing. just spending time in nature. I mean, with my friends. I like playing sports. I'm really big sports person. I play basketball now with my friends as well. I like, you know, watching basketball, watching soccer. Uh, so I mean, most of my interests are around sports, like, and then also like outdoor activities. Yeah.
Does he have any sort of performance anxiety? Doesn't appear that he does, but if he does, how does he do it?
Do you have any performance anxiety? And if you do, it doesn't appear that way, but how do you deal with that? Like nerve.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I mean, yeah, I do get performance anxiety, of course. I think everyone does. It's just realizing that it's gonna. I think for me, what helps is just understanding that it's gonna be there no matter what, and just you're not gonna. I'm not trying to fight it because if I fight it, it's not. It's not like I'm gonna forget about it. I'm gonna think about it even more. So I'm just trying to understand that it's gonna be there, and just that's what helps me to forget about it. It's just I know it's always gonna be there, so why would I gonna think about it? So that's how I try to approach it, and just deal with it. Just go and do my thing, and just don't overthink. Yeah, just understand it's always gonna be there. Yeah.
Can you touch on your vert, which I've heard stories from Mo about, but talk about your vertical jump and then maybe your maxes and lifts that you do on a regular basis, your goals and big lifts that you've hit.
So with my vertical, I know it's pretty good. I never had like the exact numbers. Uh, I mean, I think last a few years ago I measured it. It was like 35, around 35 inches, something like that. But yeah, my broad jump was I think 345 in meters. Uh,
It's insane.
and then lifts, I never maxed out, so it's hard to tell. And like for squatting, I don't do like full squats. I most of the time I do mm, like half squats. I don't go all the way down. Never maxed out in squats. So I try to be really careful. Just trying to keep my back healthy. So never went heavy on squats. Bench press. The bench press is probably my favorite. It's hard to tell. I maxed out probably a few years ago. It was I think 170 kilos. And I think now I suppose I think I'm stronger than that, but I haven't maxed out in like the past year or two. And then my working weight cleans and like cleans I usually like do go from like 120 kilos, 100 like maybe like yeah 120 to like 150 kilos in that range. And then for cleans for snatch I go from like 90 kilos to like 110, something in that range. Yeah, I don't go too heavy. Like I think it's just for me the most important thing is to stay healthy. So I work in that range, and like I don't try to push too much, and just risk getting injured.
Let's like one or two more, Jason. Christoph, any?
Quick question, two-part. What is the mindset shift between your collegiate throws going into a professional throw, and how does your college opponents react to you in competition?
What is your mindset shift from when you throw collegiate to when you go throw professional? And I almost think it's like, what are your collegiate opponents? Do you ever take note of how they react to you throwing?
Mm, I mean, I would say the mindset is similar. I mean, when it comes to, yeah, there's like small meets. Those meets are low pressure, like home meets or something like that in college. So those are just for like practice. But then when it comes to like regionals or NCAAs, it's almost like a professional meet. It's not like they like or like I act differently. My approach is the same as going into the professional meets. I mean, it's really competitive in college as well. So I wouldn't say there's a difference. It's almost like it's the same. Yeah.
Okay, we can open up to two more. Yes, ma'am.
Just a follow-up, Tony has been struggling to put himself in the podium for the NCAA championships. Can you elaborate on that?
We had a question about you with NCAA championships. I don't know how to word this other than you just destroying everybody this year at NCAA championships. What are you going to do differently there? Like
Say it again.
handling the pressure of the NCAA championships versus like
Uh-huh.
you winning the NCAA championship. What
Yeah.
is it going to take for you to do that?
What is it gonna take me to do that?
Yeah, compared to, because you had struggles to win the
Yeah.
NCAA title in the past.
I don't know. I mean, it's uh, I think the main problem is like emotionally. Like by the time of the NCAA championships, I get a little bit tired emotionally after hitting like so many big throws and hitting the world record, hitting like another like last year I had 72, 70, 71. It's just by the time NCs come, I feel emotionally a little bit drained. So I think this year my approach is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to build up a little more instead of going all out. And I think that's the main goal for me. I mean, to win NCs this year, because yeah, I mean, even last year it's like there was like a after NCAAs I went back to normal. Like my form and my like everything went back to normal. But then yeah, NCAAs was that moment, like a few weeks when I was just mentally drained a little bit after the long like spring season. Yeah, and hitting big throws, and it's just yeah, it felt like I needed a little break.
Then we'll open up to one more and then we'll call it.
Okay. Why did you choose going to Oregon?
Uh, I mean, there's a few things that went into consideration. I mean, it's obviously it's the coach. I think there's only a few coaches that I really trust. So I really was paying attention to good coaching, and of course, there's the financial side of it as well. So these two parts. So that's why I think Oregon was the best deal, but the best choice option. Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question about Mykolas. With you out of the back of the circle, do you think about what are you thinking about from the time you pick up the right or coming out of the wind, picking up the right to coming off the left? Is there anything specific technique-wise that you're like, I want to make sure I hit this position or control my left or whatever?
Can you say it again? Like which part of the throw?
Out of the back of the circle, like as you come out of your wind and pick up your right and come off the left, are you focusing on anything very specifically with your technique?
I'm trying to get my right foot down just as quick. Like I'm trying to. So I have a tendency to jump, but I'm trying to put it down as quick as I can and just like minimize the moment that I'm in the air. Just trying to be like on the ground as quick as I can.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, we got one more, and then we're done.
Okay.
This is more of a bro question. You go into the gym, you want to get a pump. What's your favorite muscle to train?
Probably chess. I like to do chess.
Okay, Dane, you want anything for final thoughts?
No, I think that was great. You provided great insight. I also think your calm demeanor, I think, reflects what you're, from your dad, and I appreciate you coming on here. And I think everybody, let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You want to make sure he doesn't sign off? Oh, just for the Riverside.
Yep, I got it.
I think Mykolas, just stay on for like maybe a minute. What was that?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did want to ask that question, Mykolas.
Yeah.
What was more stressful, your collab with speed or throwing at the World Championships this year?
Throwing at the World Championships for sure. I don't know, with speed, I kind of felt pretty comfortable. Like I even was surprised that I wasn't stressing that much. Yeah.
Eric Favors wanted to know how you got that hookup with speed.
It's just through so he was doing the European tour and he was connecting with the cities in Europe, and so the people who were like from the city, like government or something like that, just emailed me and asked if I want to do if I want to throw with speed, basically. Yeah, so that's how we got in contact.
All right, that's pretty cool. That was cool. I think that's huge for the sport too. So I really appreciate you doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.